Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies knows Southern Illinois. Located in West Frankfort, they're your Milwaukee superstore with over 8,000 square feet. Wallace Industrial Tools has the largest selection of Milwaukee within a 2-hour radius. Find power tools such as drills, saws, lights, shop vacs, and more with pricing lower than you'll find anywhere else. That's Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies in West Frankfort.
The everyday people who make Southern Illinois so special. The ones who make sacrifices every day for their families and their community. These are the people who make us proud of what we do. You see, when a person from our community gets injured in an accident, there is someone at an insurance company far away from here whose job it is to minimize your injury, to make their corporation money. For them, you're just a claim number. For us, well, I guess you could say it's personal. We are fighting for the people of Southern Illinois each and every day to restore what was lost. We are Sam C. Mitchell and Associates, and for us, it's personal.
Kids Corral is a licensed child care center and preschool serving children from 6 weeks to 12 years old in West Frankfort and beyond. Owned by FCHS 1989 alumni Gina King and 1992 alumni Kristen Cass, Kids Corral is located at 218 South Horn Street in West Frankfort. Call them today at 618-937-4700 for more information. Kids Corral, proudly taking care of the next generation of Redbirds since 1998. IBI Management manages over 2.5 million square feet of industrial storage warehousing and office space in Illinois, Indiana, Tennessee, Ohio, and South Carolina with 64 tenants. Feel free to contact them for any management needed for your property. Reach out with any questions to Bobby or Iris Kazadi at 618-218-5995 or 618-218-2456. For any of your commercial management, IBI Management is here for you. Ask Melissa Walden about Shelter's auto, home, and life options. Call or text at 618-937-2092. Plus, use the My Shelter app to pay your bill, file a claim, proof of insurance, policy documents, go paperless, and more. Melissa Walden, Shelter Insurance in West Frankfort.
Looking for a dealership where you're treated like family? Come to Week Chevrolet GMC, where from sales to service, they put you first. Their friendly staff will help you find the perfect vehicle that fits your needs and your budget. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, they've got it all. Visit them online at gregweeks.com or call 618-937-2000. Week Chevrolet GMC, right on the price, right off I-57.
Looking for a place to come out and enjoy one of the hidden treasures of Southern Illinois? The Frankfort Community Park is a 64-acre gym located in West Frankfort with 10 softball and baseball fields, 12 outdoor shelters, tennis courts, basketball courts, and a pond, as well as beautiful playground equipment for children of all ages. The park has plenty of open spaces to explore, and its serenity and beauty is second to none. The Aquatic Center has an indoor pool, weight room, basketball courts, and an event center. The Frankfort Community Park has something for everyone to enjoy. Come visit the park, and we promise you won't be disappointed. WP Dumpsters is West Frankfort's premier roll-off dumpster service, offering 14 cubic yard containers that are perfect for small DIY projects all the way up to larger home remodels and everything in between. With competitive pricing and top-notch customer service, WP Dumpsters is your Southern Illinois roll-off specialist. Book your bin online today at WPDumpsters.com or call 618-218-0623. Owned and operated by former Redbird Dalton Woolard.
Looking for a reason to try the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5. That's everything you get with the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's.
All right. right, we welcome you into Redbirds Live from Bill McKee Field in West Frankfort. On tap today, a non-conference game between the West Frankfort Redbirds and the Harrisburg Bulldogs. I'm Garrett Smith, joined by Paxton Griffith, and the Redbirds, look to make it 3 in a row. They've won a couple of conference games this week, Paxton. They're looking to beat a really talented team here today in Harrisburg.
Yeah, but Harrisburg's always a tough team to play against. I had the same coach here for as long as I can remember, so it's going to be tough. But not the last game of the week here too, so you'd like to keep the momentum riding going into tomorrow with a win here today. But like you mentioned, Harrisburg's not going to be easy, so you got to come out, you got to play clean baseball around. Harrisburg's one of those programs where if you don't play clean baseball, it can come back to backfire on you very quickly.
Redbirds will send out Chris Samples. He'll get the baseball to start on the mound. Be pitching into Will Scales. Around the horn, it's Gaither at third, Shoup at short, Kazadi at second, Woods at first. In the outfield, it's Allen in left, Bennett in center, Patterson in right. For Harrisburg, leadoff man will be number 3, the shortstop Dax Randolph. And he's in the box. We're ready to go. First pitch he sees, outside, ball 1.
A lot of power in this Harrisburg lineup, so certainly don't want to fall behind and have to leave things up for them to turn on.
We're underway just on schedule. Strike 1 called as that first pitch came in a moment ago, right at 4:30. And after Randolph, it'll be the pitcher Ian Crabb, then the right fielder Aiden Hankins. As the 1-1 on the way. Floats in strike 2. Middle of the lineup for Harrisburg, it's the DH Drake Whitmire, Rylan Palmer in left, first baseman Burke Wilson. Samples looking for a quick first out. This one misses. Down and away, 2-2. Bottom third, center fielder Laban Phelps, catcher Maddox Smothers, and third baseman Grayson Varner. And over at second base will be Finn Pilcher. He'll be hit for by the DH Whitmire. The count runs full.
Good take here, and exactly what you want your leadoff hitter to do here is work a count, finds himself in a 3-2 count here. If you really want to win this here, certainly don't want to give up a leadoff walk to start the game.
Fouled out of play.
You want your leadoff hitter to be the table setter for the lineup, and certainly seeing every pitch he can here from Samples, as we've seen off-speed, fastball, breaking balls here. See what he goes with here in 3-2.
And that's smacked out to left field for a base hit.
Certainly not a great pitch to swing at there. 3-2 would have almost certainly been a ball 4 there, but if you're going to go for it, you better make sure you're getting ahead, and he does. See how aggressive they are on the base path here.
Next is Ian Crabb. So Samples was ahead 1-2. Randolph works his way back, and good hitters will make you pay. Sean Bunt pulling back, ball 1 to Crabb.
Could be a legitimate bunt opportunity here, or him just faking it out, but you certainly don't want to throw balls here if they're willing to give themselves an out here. Falling behind the first 2 hitters here today. Not ideal. For the defense, you want to make sure you're down and ready. Defense has been the Achilles heel sometimes this year for this team.
3 pitches, nowhere close.
Yeah, nowhere close at all here, and base runner at first base isn't really being aggressive over there, so I would say this will more than likely be a take all the way. No need to run into an out at the base path either.
Fouled off. Count runs full.
Back-to-back 3-2 counts here. Certainly not a recipe to stay in the game very long if you're going to find yourself in a lot of 3-2 counts.
Well, if you're going to get in those full counts, you certainly need to finish off the batter.
Absolutely.
Can't let him get on after a deep count. Ball 4 Nowhere close.
Like it almost was going to be a curveball there had he been able to get on top of it, and a 3-2 curveball in that situation. I don't know if that's really the best move there, especially with the part of their order coming up here. Guys who have the ability to make this a 3-run game right now.
So Aiden Hankins, the right fielder, shows a bunt.
Ooh,
He'll
ooh, you
pop
gotta
it
get
up,
that.
and Scales will make the play. See, he hops out of the crouch and makes it in foul territory up the third base line. 1 away.
Trying to do some whitey ball there, and oh no, I'm not really a huge fan of your 3-hitter bunting there, but that's just the way I look at it.
Well, that's the way Harrisburg has played forever.
And it looks great if it gets it down, but again, we saw that from the 2-hitter there. If they're going to give you an out, you better throw strikes, and he did there, so crucial.
They've proven over the years if you can't make a play on a bunt, they'll bunt 10 times in a game. Fouled out of play. This is the DH Drake Whitmire. So a gift given to the Redbirds. Let's see if you can get out of the jam. Don't think Whitmire's bunting here.
No, I wouldn't say after an attempt there, but if he gets one down, I think he could certainly make things interesting with how the defense is aligned right now.
Yeah, third baseman, if he got down the third base line, is Gaither, and he's way back behind the bag. Called strike 2.
One of those situations too here. With the catcher, I would like Scales to try to get the first baseman involved here with maybe a back pick or something like that. You can sometimes get base runners caught napping on their secondaries, especially the second runner.
Problem with Samples right now is his misses aren't anywhere close. You can't even bait Harrisburg into maybe chasing a little bit.
This is why sometimes as a catcher you might want to just try to throw over or just change something up here, bud. One pitch you can get out of this.
Swing and a miss. He left a breaking ball up and he got away with it. 2 away. One of those so bad it worked out just fine.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes the rest of the game, because even on that ball four walk there earlier, it was a curveball he couldn't get on top of, so he's not really getting on top of his off-speed pitches right now.
So Rylan Palmer, the left fielder's next. First 2 reached. Now there's 2 away. See if Samples can find a way out of this. Runner
I think he will.
moving. Fly ball to straightaway center. Drifting to the left. That's Bennett who makes the play. A scoreless top of the first. Redbirds coming to bat on Redbirds Live.
Hal Insurance is a proud sponsor of Redbird Athletics. Serving West Frankfort since 1925, we provide auto, home, business, life, and health insurance. Hal Insurance partners with Auto Owners Insurance Company to handle insurance the right way, the human way. Call Ryan, Jessica, or Susan Patton at 618-937-4000. Hal Insurance is proud to serve you.
You don't have to choose between comfort and capability when you're behind the wheel of the 2025 Honda Pioneer 704. Rugged and reliable, it delivers the power you need on the job, the smooth shifting you want on the trail. And with Honda's exclusive quick flip seating, you get the versatility of seating 4 passengers and stowing the back seats for a full cargo bed. See the latest Honda Pioneer 704 today at Galatich Honda in West Frankfort.
The everyday people who make Southern Illinois so special. The ones who make sacrifices every day for their families and their community. These are the people who make us proud of what we do. You see, when a person from our community gets injured in an accident, there is someone at an insurance company far away from here whose job it is to minimize your injury, to make their corporation money. For them, you're just a claim number. For us, well, I guess you could say it's personal. We are fighting for the people of Southern Illinois each and every day to restore what was lost. We are Sam C. Mitchell and Associates, and for us, it's personal.
All right, the Redbirds come to bat for the first time in the ball game, and a little bit of momentum out of the gates, Paxton. You allow the first two guys to reach in the top of the first, but then you strand both of those guys. Batting a 0-0 game. It'll be Jace Bennett, Kanan Shoup, and Chris Samples. The Redbird center fielder will lead things off. He put away that out number 3 in the top half of the inning. Bennett will try a bunt, third base line, and he's going to reach.
Yep, perfectly placed. Would have had to have been a perfect play there.
It was a do or die for sure.
Yep, and third baseman was trying to get the ball out of the glove before he had it in the glove, so now you got to take advantage of that. Speed gets you on base here to start the bottom half of this first, so we'll see if the Redbirds want to stay aggressive. So Harrisburg with an aggressive approach in that first inning, so we'll see if the Redbirds follow suit.
There's Kanan Shoup, the Redbird shortstop.
Ooh. Good pitch there.
Swing and a miss. And a stolen base for Bennett. The count 0-2 on Shoup.
Shoup finds himself down 0-2 here quickly, kind of in a rocking chair, but it's important here just to try to battle. Worst case, try to get a ground ball to the second base side of the infield, and you can move that runner over. Productive outs.
Swing and a miss. Shoup down on 3 pitches, 1 away. We mentioned it in the top half when he came to bat, but that's Ian Crabb out there throwing for Harrisburg. He just picked up his first strikeout. And he'll face his counterpart here, Chris Samples.
4 pitches so far here in this inning here, so not much we've seen so far.
And it certainly has got to be a good feeling to put up a 0 even when you don't have your stuff. And Samples was struggling to find his location in the first, but end of the day, he put up a 0. And hopefully you can just start dialing in your location and hitting your spots as the game progresses.
So you put up a 0, and even if it felt like it was a struggle in the top of the first half, you were able to get out of it with no one scoring, and now you find yourself here batting as the pitcher with a chance to give yourself a lead. We're having what looks like a high school version of a pitch comm error.
Well,
certainly where they really, I've seen a couple teams this year have earpieces in their catchers to relay signs to them. I used to just get 6 signs from my coach and had to know which one to go with.
Samples underneath it. Third base line. And it'll just get out of play. There's people that don't like the pitch comm, but there's a lot of people that have used technology to ruin the game. You might as well use it to better the game, and it certainly helps pace of play and easy to communicate, and it eliminates a lot of the having to put down signs, and you've got sign stealers and all that, which is within the game, but
part of the game.
But still, I think you have that option. I like that IHSA put that in. I think they put that in last year, that you're able to have that.
With all new things, there's going to be people who like it and people who don't, but at the end of the day, it's going to stay how it is, and times will change, so you either adapt or you die to it, and baseball, an old game, is finally catching up with technology.
Samples fouls one off.
We don't see it here in high school, which you probably won't, but the ABS in professional baseball, a lot of people were against that originally, but you're seeing a lot of people who really like it, and I'm a fan of it, so it can only help with the future of baseball's technology.
I think another thing is Samples goes down swinging for out number 2. Another thing we've seen become an option in IHSA as the safety base. I've seen that.
Yep.
Sure, there's some schools that do it. Don't really see it around here in Southern Illinois. I know Division One. I would
Has-
assume that Division Two and Division Three, being that it's under the same organization, the NCAA, they moved to having a safety base, and I don't think it's even an option. I think you have to have it.
Yeah, I think it only makes sense, and I mean, it really doesn't affect the game a whole lot. I know some people can think it will, or want to say it will, but it's all about safety too at the end of the day. And it seems like every year these guys are getting bigger and stronger, and it's all about making sure guys aren't getting hurt and having the ability to play the game.
Chase Patterson bats with a runner at second, and 2 down. He takes inside. Count evens up 1-1.
More aggressiveness here from the Redbirds, swinging at some balls. Really don't want to fall behind early on pitches that aren't in the zone.
It'd be nice to score here. Get you an early lead. Bennett dancing around. Crab will step off, give him a look.
It should certainly score the run with 2 outs here. Should be off with contact.
Not all the rule changes that we've seen in the majors and across baseball. I think my favorite's the number of disengagements. I think I like that one.
I do too. It's one of those where you don't think you need it until you see it, and then it helps speed the game up, but it also helps bring back, until recently baseball was one of those things where you're talking about you don't see steals very often anymore, but now you're seeing steals coming back into the game because adding something like that to one speed up the game, but it's also going to make the game more fun and athletic.
2-2. Bennett takes off, throw down, and he'll have a stolen base. And the count goes full on Patterson. Patterson takes outside for strike 3. Redbirds strand a guy 90 feet away. We head to the second.
Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies knows Southern Illinois. Located in West Frankfort, they're your Milwaukee superstore with over 8,000 square feet. Wallace Industrial Tools has the largest selection of Milwaukee within a 2-hour radius. Find power tools such as drills, saws, lights, shop vacs, and more with pricing lower than you'll find anywhere else. That's Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies in West Frankfort. IBI Management manages over 2.5 million square feet of industrial storage warehousing and office space in Illinois, Indiana, Tennessee, Ohio, and South Carolina with 64 tenants. Feel free to contact them for any management needed for your property. Reach out with any questions to Bobby or Iris Kazadi at 618-218-5995 or 618-218-2456. For any of your commercial management, IBI Management is here for you. Kids Corral is a licensed child care center and preschool serving children from 6 weeks to 12 years old in West Frankfort and beyond. Owned by FCHS 1989 alumni Gina King and 1992 alumni Kristen Cass, Kids Corral is located at 218 South Horn Street in West Frankfort. Call them today at 618-937-4700 for more information. Kids Corral, proudly taking care of the next generation of Redbirds since 1998.
Head to the second, and both teams with some opportunities that were left out there offensively. The pitchers hold serve. So we enter the second in a scoreless ball game. Samples back to work for Frankfort. He's up against Burke Wilson, the first baseman. Fly ball out to right will send Patterson back, and gone.
This team can do. They can hit some home runs, and unfortunately fell behind 2-1 there and try to go inside there on that pitch recently, and it's a little too in. Try to go right back there, but that time got too much of the plate. A lefty who can get their hands extended on that part of the plate, they're going to have a field day. That's what you want your first baseman to do in baseball too, is hit home runs.
So now it'll be Laban Phelps. Bulldogs with a 1-0 lead.
And if you're going to give up home runs, though, you'd rather it be what you just saw, a solo shot. For Samples, you just kind of forget about it. Work ahead now of this next guy. You had to score a run anyways to win this game.
Samples ahead 1-2. Phelps watches a couple pass by.
Kind of go anywhere here.
Chopped foul up the third base line.
Went away there with an off-speed pitch. He was able to show the ability to go and foul that off. So if I'm catching here, I wouldn't be against throwing something hard and inside here. Maybe a high fastball to try to change the eye level. A lot of times with a hitter, when you go flailing at a ball just to stay alive in a 1-2 count, you're kind of looking that way again.
And another pitch that misses from outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And another full count.
Three, two. We're down 1-2. Last few pitches haven't been anywhere close, and they've been working outside, so see where they go.
Ball 4, missed below the zone.
Not a fan of that pitch sequence there. It's really when you're getting towards the bottom of the order here, you don't want to just give up some free passes. You're ahead 1-2 there, and you proceed to throw a fastball outside, and then 2 off-speed pitches in the same spot.
So it's Maddox Smothers, the catcher for Harrisburg. Bats with 1 on and 1 in here in the second. Showing early, yeah. He'll foul it out or back to the screen.
He does not look comfortable doing that, so kind of interesting. Pretty aggressive lead over there at first base too, so we'll see if they're just trying to take us out here or be shocked. The throw over. The runner's going to go. He's going to go on this pitch or the next one here. Another quick throw over. You certainly don't want to be running when your batter's got a 2-strike count.
We'll see if Smothers squares around here. Didn't look like it. He takes outside.
1-1. This is the pitch to go if you're stealing.
Maybe Coach Thompson didn't like that first offer at it.
I wouldn't have either if I was Coach Thompson. Did not look good.
There's called strike 2.
Base runner over there at first base is halfway to second base on his secondaries there. You got to at least throw over if you're catching here. He's not off on this one, which really shouldn't be 1-2, but certainly in the head of the Samples. Seen a couple throw overs, and now we'll step off here. If he doesn't go and you get a strike here or a ball.
Swing and a miss. Samples left another one up, and Smothers couldn't do anything with it. 1 away.
Really shocked that you saw the fake out bunt there. Well, I don't even know if it was a fake out. Maybe if he was able to make contact and get it in play, it would have been the move. But no runner moves up there either. And I mean, he's getting really aggressive leads.
I know some guys. This one's inside. Scales throw through, and He's safe. Stolen base for Phelps. I know sometimes guys will go up there and you've got one shot at it. And once you have a strike, if you don't get it down, the bunt's off, and that might have been the case there.
Nice work.
And lined into right field, a base hit. Patterson's coming up. He'll get it back into second base. RBI single for Varner, the third baseman.
Did a good job there of not trying to pull an outside pitch, goes with it.
And we're back to the top. This is Dax Randolph. Sample starts him off with the strike. Randolph singled to left field to start the game.
Yeah, long at bat there by your leadoff hitter. That's what you like to see from them. Yep. Getting a base hit out off of what would have been ball four had he taken.
And floated out to right. Drifting over, making the play is Patterson for out number 2. Now it's back to the Bulldog pitcher, Ian Crabb. A first inning walk, and then he was stranded. He'll show bunt, he'll get it down, Samples will field, and no play.
Perfect bunt. Especially with the grass infield. If you can get him down, you can certainly get yourself some easy base hits.
Aiden Hankins is next. He tried to bunt and get one down with 2 on and nobody out, and he popped out to the catcher on that bunt attempt.
It's not a good attempt.
So misses down low, 1-0. Grounded back middle of the diamond. Troop will field and go across for the third out. Redbirds coming to bat in the bottom of the second, trailing 2-0.
Ask Melissa Walden about Shelter's auto, home, and life options. Call or text at 618-937-2092. Plus, use the My Shelter app to pay your bill, file a claim, proof of insurance, policy documents, go paperless, and more. Melissa Walden, Shelter Insurance in West Frankfort.
Looking for a dealership where you're treated like family? Come to Week Chevrolet GMC, where from sales to service, they put you first. Their friendly staff will help you find the perfect vehicle that fits your needs and your budget. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, they've got it all. Visit them online at gregweeks.com or call 618-937-2000. Week Chevrolet GMC, right on the price, right off I-57.
The everyday people who make Southern Illinois so special. The ones who make sacrifices every day for their families and their community. These are the people who make us proud of what we do. You see, when a person from our community gets injured in an accident, there is someone at an insurance company far away from here whose job it is to minimize your injury, to make their corporation money. For them, you're just a claim number. For us, well, I guess you could say it's personal. We are fighting for the people of Southern Illinois each and every day to restore what was lost. We are Sam C. Mitchell and Associates, and for us, it's personal.
Redbirds will have 5, 6, and 7. That's Will Scales, Parker Allen, and Hunter Gaither. Redbirds facing a 2-run deficit. And for the Bulldogs, we're able to get a couple in the top half of the second, including that solo shot from Burke Wilson. I don't know the last time I've seen a home run to right field. It's been a while.
Yeah.
The lefty, he got around on it and popped it out of the park.
Saying, looked nothing more like a little harmless pop-up. Just knew it had the distance and the height on it, and he knew it as soon as he hit it.
1-1 the count on Scales. Like to get him on base to start the inning. Maybe try to cut back into that 2-run deficit. And Scales lines one over towards short. And Randolph was
Trying to get some style points.
almost seemed like he was acting a little nonchalant about it.
He was. I think he thought he had that, and he easily could have, but by 2 hands goes a long way in the game. Doesn't look as cool, though, so it's usually what happens. He just got Javi'd.
Yeah, that's one you got to make.
Mm-hmm.
Next is Parker Allen. See if the Redbirds can make Harrisburg pay. Allen takes a quick strike one.
I know you just got a pinch runner out there, but there's no reason for it to be that close because I'm going to take a really strong guess here that he's not running. So there's no reason to even make it close at first base.
Allen will take upstairs. And now he'll take below the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike to the Redbird left fielder. Got Essery running at first for the catcher, Scales, who reached on the E6. Allen, roller to short, and they'll get the double play, 6-4-3.
Really good job there of the first baseman being able to stretch and stay on the bag there, and that's one of the nice advantages of having a tall first baseman over there. Easily could have been an error on that throw, but able to stretch out as tall as he could and a double play.
Now it's Hunter Gaither, third baseman, and he flies one to left, and it's right at the left fielder Palmer. We head to the third. 2-0, Harrisburg.
Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies knows Southern Illinois. Located in West Frankfort, they're your Milwaukee superstore with over 8,000 square feet. Wallace Industrial Tools has the largest selection of Milwaukee within a 2-hour radius. Find power tools such as drills, saws, lights, shop vacs, and more with pricing lower than you'll find anywhere else. That's Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies in West Frankfort.
Looking for a dealership where you're treated like family? Come to Week Chevrolet GMC, where from sales to service, they put you first. Their friendly staff will help you find the perfect vehicle that fits your needs and your budget. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, they've got it all. Visit them online at gregweeks.com or call 618-937-2000. Week Chevrolet GMC, right on the price, right off I-57.
IBI Management manages over 2.5 million square feet of industrial storage warehousing and office space in Illinois, Indiana, Tennessee, Ohio, and South Carolina with 64 tenants. Feel free to contact them for any management needed for your property. Reach out with any questions to Bobby or Iris Kazadi at 618-218-5995 or 618-218-2456. For any of your commercial management, IBI Management is here for you.
Top of the third, and it'll be 4, 5, and 6 for Harrisburg. It's Whitmire, Palmer, and Wilson. And a couple that missed down low. It's a 2-0 count to the DH Whitmire. This one grounded left side in the hole, and Shoup's going to knock it down, but that's all he can do. Next will be Palmer.
Perfectly placed base hit there. Had to make a absolutely tremendous play to even make that.
Probably going to have to throw it across the diamond at about 105 miles per hour to have a shot.
Some O'Neill Cruz-like arm bringing it.
Inside, tough called strike on Palmer. Not much he can do with that. See if he tries to lay one down. Gaither's back at the grass. Instead, he'll just foul it off over towards the Frankfurt dugout on the first base line. 0-2.
0-2 here, nobody out. I'd say the runner's probably not off, but another aggressive lead over there. And another guy who certainly looks like he could easily steal a bag.
Samples looking for a quick out number one. He'll get a chopper in front of the plate. Scales will field, throw to first. Not in time.
Good job of getting down there. We're going to have a check here with the umpire to see if we have.
I don't know what we're checking for.
Yeah, I don't know either. I was for a second thinking maybe they want to say he came off the bag. And then I was like, well, that doesn't help our case. Overturn it here, calling him out. Now you're going to hear from the other side, and he's going to say, now tell me, how does a home plate umpire have a better view?
Well, I think what the discussion has to be is that he was called safe because the field ump said he was off the bag.
Oh.
I think the home ump probably would have said, no, he didn't come off the bag.
That makes more sense.
In our view, he was definitely there on the bag.
See, that's where the confusion came from, because I knew he was on the bag, but that's why it was like, there's no way.
So I think that's what Coach House was saying was he saw the hands go up, probably thinking, well, how are you going to say he's off the bag? You don't have a view of it.
We'll say, to be fair, if you compare third base to first base, it's much easier to see third and first. So first kind of blends in there with that dirt. So that may have been a problem.
Wouldn't have been a problem last Saturday. Our field ump was over there dusting it off every.
I remember seeing that.
In between every play.
I'll tell you what.
He's making sure he could see it.
Absolutely.
That had to have been what happened here was the overturn. Line to second, and Kazadi can't get there.
It's got to be made.
Ball's coming in. It'll be cut.
Nobody communicating on the field. That's one big problem right there. There was not one person saying let it through or cut, and I didn't hear anybody telling the first baseman left or right from where he needed to be to get aligned with the cutoff. A lot of problems there. Second base, the play should have been made. long list there. I could keep going, but I'll stop.
The one positive is you didn't airmail the throw coming in. You at least keep Wilson at first base. If you want to look at the one positive
Uh-huh.
there, I will say there's been a couple plays where Patterson, who has a strong arm, he easily could have tried going to the plate a couple of times, and credit for him on that one hitting the cut, and the first time just getting it back into the infield, or else a free 90 would have
I
been
was saying
given.
there's been a few games this year where I know I've seen where they've thrown the ball all the way in with no chance and the runner gets 90 feet. So you can definitely tell they've been working on that. You don't want to go back on that.
Yeah, you got to charge that play.
Yeah, and you don't want to throw it away there on a play that will stay there. But yeah, you certainly at second base you don't want to way back on that ball. Could have been a double play, but now you just get the force out. Small things like that can change a game, though, because now instead of being out of this inning, you come up here and a home run could prolong the inning or another error. So small things against good teams like this can certainly create a domino effect.
So it's Smothers who will bat with Phelps over at first, who just reached on the fielder's choice. Perfectly placed on the right side of the diamond, a base hit. Patterson's going to third with it. Gaither knocks it down.
You don't need
That's
to do
a
that.
single. It'll be first and third for Harrisburg. Now it'll be racing Varner. Called strike. Floats in on the lefty. Batting from the nine slot, the third baseman Varner. Runners at the corners. You've got to limit the damage to a run here, or else Harrisburg's going to be trying to pull away.
Yeah, certainly got to make sure you're making the plays here and don't want to prolong this inning if you don't have to.
That one must have missed up because it was not out.
That's the only thing I can think of is it must have crossed the plate a little high.
Ball on a strike. Varner reaches and gets it. Shoop across the diamond. He'll get the man at first base. Harrisburg strands a couple, but they tack on one. It's 3-0 Harrisburg on Redbirds Live.
Kids Corral is a licensed child care center and preschool serving children from 6 weeks to 12 years old in West Frankfort and beyond. Owned by FCHS 1989 alumni Gina King and 1992 alumni Kristen Cass, Kids Corral is located at 218 South Horn Street in West Frankfort. Call them today at 618-937-4700 for more information. Kids Corral, proudly taking care of the next generation of Redbirds since 1998. Ask Melissa Walden about Shelter's auto, home, and life options. Call or text at 618-937-2092. Plus, use the My Shelter app to pay your bill, file a claim, proof of insurance, policy documents, go paperless, and more. Melissa Walden, Shelter Insurance in West Frankfort.
Al Insurance is a proud sponsor of Redbird Athletics. Serving West Frankfort since 1925, we provide auto, home, business, life, and health insurance. Al Insurance partners with Auto Owners Insurance Company to handle insurance the right way, the human way. Call Ryan, Jessica, or Susan Patton at 618-937-4000. Al Insurance is proud to serve you.
Redbirds looking to get on the board, and they'll have 8, 9, and 1. That'll be Conaway, Woods, and Bennett. So the DH, Andrew Conaway, will lead off the 8th. Or lead off from the 8th slot here in the bottom of the 3rd. They say that Conway went around. He wasn't anywhere close.
No, not even close.
I don't think he went even halfway
No.
of going to where it needed to be.
Not even maybe close to just a quarter of that.
So instead of a 2-0, it's a 1-1. As Crab missed with the second pitch. And now he misses outside. And he definitely went at that one. One away for Woods.
Frankfurt needs certainly have some better approaches at the plate here. Haven't been a big fan. Can't keep falling behind. It's too easy.
The 3-pitch strikeout for Crab, 2 down.
When you're coming into the batter's box, you got to come in with a plan, and you got to try to go by that plan, and can't just go in there with nothing, no idea of what you want to do, or if you do, little quick at bats.
And look how far in Varner is over at third base. You better be ready if a line drive goes that way. We've seen Bennett do it a few times.
Pitcher's working away too. I wouldn't be a fan of that if I was over there at the third.
It seems like he takes the ball the other way naturally a lot of times. So
he's at his best as he's I won't say he's a slap ball hitter, but when he's at his best, he's throwing his hands at the baseball more. And a lot of times when you're doing that, you're going to go opposite way with it, and the ball can come off his bat pretty quick, especially if you're that close. 2 strikes. We'll go ahead and stroll on back at least to even. Not expecting a bunt here with 2 strikes and 2 outs.
Up and in. Count runs full.
Full count here. Make sure you're battle. Try to get a 2-out rally going here. Walk works just as good as a single, but anything close, you need to stay in and battle.
Upstairs, ball 4.
That's an easy take there if you're a batter, especially if you're thinking maybe off speed initially. Nothing like a fastball coming right at your head immediately to go ahead and know you're exactly what you need to do there. Now you got to take advantage of it here. 2-out walks. Nothing hurts.
Cannon Shoop is next.
Nothing hurts more than a 2-out rally started with a 2-out walk.
We'll check on Bennett. Got to know his whereabouts because he'll take off if you're.
He'll turn a walk into a double. They know that. Sky report's obviously out on him as another throw over. This was professional baseball. That'd be his second, and
well, he turned a walk into a triple or an infield single into a triple back in the first.
True.
He stole second and third.
What speed can do for you. And after watching 2 pickoffs over there, he comes at you with a curveball to start the at-bat here. Almost puts you in a rocking chair. Sit here thinking he's either going to come back at me with another one. A good throw may have had him. Either going to come at me with another one or try to speed me up here. I want to think fastball, react off speed out of the hand. Fastball, throw your hands at it, do damage. One-on-one here. Swing pitch, Ricky Horton would say. Wouldn't be shocked to see something off speed. Really put him in a rocking chair.
Swings and a pitch up above the shoulders.
Yeah, now you can really go anywhere here. So the catcher, you're thinking, well, worst case, I go fastball high here, or we'll try to get something off the plate here to see if he'll go out there reaching for it. I think a fastball high might just do the trick again.
Count remains 1-2 after Shoop tapped one foul. And he'll get a piece of this one.
Off the catcher. Nice wake-up call. Interesting. Don't want to go fishing at something at the eye level here.
Strike three.
Good pitch. Really good pitch.
We head to the fourth. 3-0 Harrisburg.
Looking for a place to come out and enjoy one of the hidden treasures of Southern Illinois? The Frankfort Community Park is a 64-acre gym located in West Frankfort with 10 softball and baseball fields, 12 outdoor shelters, tennis courts, basketball courts, and a pond, as well as beautiful playground equipment for children of all ages. The park has plenty of open spaces to explore, and its serenity and beauty is second to none. The Aquatic Center has an indoor pool, weight room, basketball courts, and an event center. The Frankfort Community Park has something for everyone to enjoy. Come visit the park, and we promise you won't be disappointed.
Looking for a reason to try the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5. That's everything you get with the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's.
You don't have to choose between comfort and capability when you're behind the wheel of the 2025 Honda Pioneer 704. Rugged and reliable, it delivers the power you need on the job, the smooth shifting you want on the trail. And with Honda's exclusive quick flip seating, you get the versatility of seating 4 passengers and stowing the back seats for a full cargo bed. See the latest Honda Pioneer 704 today at Galatich Honda in West Frankfort.
We enter the fourth. It'll be the top of the Harrisburg lineup. Randolph, Crabb, and Hankins. 1, 2, and 3. Bulldogs up 3-0. 4-2 in the second. And tacked on one last inning. Grounded to Gaither. And that shoots into left field.
That's a case of letting the ball play you. Sitting on your back heels, waiting for it to come. Especially with a speedy guy like that, you can't be on your back heels. Almost saw that coming.
Showing bunt, pulling back, fly ball out to right center, and Bennett's under it for out number 1. He might have been able to do damage with it if he wasn't showing bunt.
Yeah, and it wasn't so choked up on that bat. Not able to really get a whole lot of power there. Almost at the edge of your handle.
Instead, is just
Harmless
out
flyout.
number 1. So now it's Aiden Hankins. Both pitchers addicted to throwing over in this game.
Tell you what.
They're adding 25 pitches to their pitch counts.
It's one thing that always annoyed me when I caught. I'm all about pickoffs, but make it make sense. Don't just pick off to pick off. Some umpires you don't like either, especially home plate umpires. Didn't know why he was going. He had no lead there at all. A little fake out here. Find yourself down 2-0.
We're going to potentially open up that right side, too. As Kazadi was breaking to cover.
You got to make sure he's going if you are going to cover.
That's a high strike 1.
Yeah, pretty high there.
Credit to Scales, though. He brought it down whenever he caught it.
Yep. Batter there. You're 2-0, not looking for that pitch. 2-1 here now. You got to make sure you can make a pitch here for Samples. You don't want to fall behind 3-1.
Chopped over to third. Gaither's got it. He'll go across the diamond for out number 2. So our runner moves up 90 feet.
I haven't caught every West Frankfort Redbird game this season, but there's one thing that I've noticed from every game, and there's not ever anything coming out of the field when it comes to communication from players. No one's talking, no one's communicating, whether that be there or when a runner's stealing or when you guys are hitting. Nobody's communicating, nobody's talking. Could have possibly gotten the lead runner there out at second base if you're looking for it, but nobody said anything, and he was on his back heels again.
So Whitmire with a chance.
It may not seem like a lot, but having a runner at first base with 2 outs compared to a runner at second base with 2 outs, base hit will score that runner at second compared to you can easily get the ball in before that runner can score from first.
Swing and fouled into the glove. Ball and 2 strikes to Whitmire. That's a pitch he struck out on in the first.
Pitch up, you don't want to hang.
Grounded to Gaither. He'll have another chance. And across the diamond for out number 3. Scoreless frame for Samples and the Redbirds. That's trying to get going. Frankfort down 3-0.
WP Dumpsters is West Frankfort's premier roll-off dumpster service, offering 14 cubic yard containers that are perfect for small DIY projects all the way up to larger home remodels and everything in between. With competitive pricing and top-notch customer service, WP Dumpsters is your Southern Illinois roll-off specialist. Book your bin online today at WPDumpsters.com or call 618-218-0623. Owned and operated by former Redbird Dalton Woolard. Ask Melissa Walden about Shelter's auto, home, and life options. Call or text at 618-937-2092. Plus, use the MyShelter app to pay your bill, file a claim, proof of insurance, policy documents, go paperless, and more. Melissa Walden, Shelter Insurance in West Frankfort.
Looking for a dealership where you're treated like family? Come to Week Chevrolet GMC, where from sales to service, they put you first. Their friendly staff will help you find the perfect vehicle that fits your needs and your budget. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, they've got it all. Visit them online at gregweeks.com or call 618-937-2000. Week Chevrolet GMC, right on the price, right off I-57.
All right, let's see if we can get the bats going for the Redbirds. It'll be 3, 4, and 5. Samples, Patterson, Scales in the bottom of the board. First pitch swinging. Fly ball out to center. And over to his right, making the play is Phelps. One away.
Got off the end of the bat there a little bit more. Pitch you can do some damage with, but got out on his front foot a little bit there.
Patterson finds himself ahead in the count, 2-0. Redbirds would like a base runner back up middle of the diamond. And making the play is Randolph. 2 down.
It's one of those up the middle dream scenarios you get as a shortstop. It looked like it was going to be a tough play initially. You might have to go all the way up the middle and try to make an off balance 360 like throw there, but uses that grass like a trampoline and an easy one hopper and a quick little double pump and a nice shot to first base. Just missed there. Nice tight breaking ball there. A little cut to it there. Couldn't tell if it was a slider or an actual cutter.
And missing in the dirt is Crab. So Scales in a 2-1 count. Not been a whole lot of life for the Redbirds offensively. And the backhand play made at second base on a hard hit baseball, but Scales is retired. We head to the 5th. 3-0.
IBI Management manages over 2.5 million square feet of industrial storage warehousing and office space in Illinois, Indiana, Tennessee, Ohio, and South Carolina with 64 tenants. Feel free to contact them for any management needed for your property. Reach out with any questions to Bobby or Iris Kazadi at 618-218-5995 or 618-218-2456. For any of your commercial management, IBI Management is here for you.
The everyday people who make Southern Illinois so special. The ones who make sacrifices every day for their families and their community. These are the people who make us proud of what we do. You see, when a person from our community gets injured in an accident, there is someone at an insurance company far away from here whose job it is to minimize your injury, to make their corporation money. For them, you're just a claim number. For us, well, I guess you could say it's personal. We are fighting for the people of Southern Illinois each and every day to restore what was lost. We are Sam C. Mitchell and Associates, and for us, it's personal.
Samples back to work after a quick 1-2-3 home half of the 4th. And Samples gets ahead. He floats one in for strike one to Ryland Palmer.
Nothing like a good old Uncle Charlie to start the at-bat. Can go anywhere from there.
Swing and a miss.
So you call working backwards to a hitter. The old school way is work fast and then give him the nasty stuff later. But sometimes if you give him the nasty stuff early, you can throw the hard stuff late.
Oh, my goodness.
Pretty close there. The only thing I can think of is it may have crossed a little high, but you're still in a good spot here. You can throw a fastball and it's going to speed him up here, really.
Fouled out of play.
So going with some off speed there. You know, as a hitter, you've seen nothing but off speed here, so you're thinking to yourself, well, I'm certainly due for a fastball, but you don't want to just be sitting for that because it could look pretty foolish on a swing.
And Palmer will fight another one off.
Another off-speed pitch there. One of those type of things where you keep throwing it, or sometimes a fastball right down the middle might just block the batter up because he hasn't seen anything hard.
And right back up the middle for a base hit into center field.
Got to change it up a little bit. You can't just keep throwing off-speed there. Do nothing but off-speed pitches, especially towards the bottom part of the order as you go. You want to go right at him. Now you got the guy who hit a home run off you. Now you're putting somebody out there for him. Turn on. Fastball inside. Lefty's dream.
Scales blocks the ball in the dirt. 1-0 the count. It's the way things can turn, you know. Palmer ends up with a base hit in the same at bat where you thought you had him rung up for strike three.
And you should have been able to put him away there too, but now you just got to get to it and get this next guy out. Can't dwell on the past.
Runner going, fly ball down the right field line. This is going to hook foul, and Patterson going to dive, and it hits out of the glove. Decent effort, but
It was in the air an awfully long time. It's one of those, may not be a routine play, but a guy who's already hit a home run off of you, if you can get him out, I suggest you try to do so. Especially with a lefty. Lefties are known to pull a ball, so you really shouldn't be too far off of that line as an outfielder. This is coming from a left-handed hitter.
fouled out of play to the left side.
Battle here. I mean, like I said, lefties, they tend to like to pull the ball, but I don't know if I'm a huge fan of where Gaither's positioned right now. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense with 2 strikes. I know sometimes you like to do corners in and middle of back for a double play, but anything hard could easily go past him right now.
Samples working quickly, and he misses up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Wilson. And the count runs full.
I've seen it a few times today when there has been a runner on first. He has kind of rushed himself a little bit, not fully coming set, but you know, still rushing himself, where it doesn't look like he's catching himself a breath before he does throw the ball. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Pretty close.
So you lose a guy you had down 1 and 2. It's first and second, nobody out.
Coach talking to his batter before he comes up here. This is a situation here where he could be telling him, hey, look, I'm not telling you to put a bunt down, but if you feel like you can do it, go for it. You know, we've seen some misplays already by this team, and this grass, if you can put it down on the right spot, he's just not going to hide anything here. Coming out, showing us everything.
And Phelps bunts it foul.
I know you're trying to give yourself up there, but if I'm on the mound and if I'm catching, I'm just going right at him because even the way he's looking like he's trying to bunt looks like he doesn't know how to bunt. It's like if Happy Gilmore grabbed the bat and went up there.
And he bunts into a pop out to Woods. Runners will retreat.
It's almost like the writing was on the wall there. I mean, by God. If I'm coaching and I had someone showing bunt like that, I'd call time, immediately go over there and say, hey, let's just forget that idea. Just throw it out.
Yep, I mean,
you're asking for a cup check there.
Smothers was squared around the same way in his first at bat.
Yeah.
That's who's in there now. He'll take a strike. It's kind of odd to see a team that hits so well bunt or show bunt so often.
Oh, and a team and a group that's known usually for their small ball, I have not been impressed with their bunting. It's like they got their bunting instructions from Billy Bob Thornton. First baseman in.
Three and one. This one missed outside.
I don't think I'd really have him in right now. I'd probably have him still trying to keep that runner a little bit closer to first base and then just going from the bag. Kid hasn't shown the ability to bunt yet.
And that one somehow gets called.
It looked like it was closer to the line there for the left-hander batter's box than it was home plate. He'll take that on the mound.
Sample's back in the count. The 3-2. Grounded towards short. Shoop will field. He'll have to go to first. They'll get the out there. Only play was at first. You get the out. Runners at second and third with 2 away. And it's back to the third baseman, Rayson Varner.
Really want to make sure you get this out here and don't give up any runs. You've done the hard part of getting the 2 outs, so anything that could score here would just kind of be salt on the wound.
Popped up near short, and Shoop puts it away. You strand 2 more runners. Score 3-0 Harrisburg. Frankfort needing to get the bats going. Running out of time. Head to the bottom of the 5th on Redbirds Live.
Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies knows Southern Illinois. Located in West Frankfort, they're your Milwaukee superstore with over 8,000 square feet. Wallace Industrial Tools has the largest selection of Milwaukee within a 2-hour radius. Find power tools such as drills, saws, lights, shop vacs, and more with pricing lower than you'll find anywhere else. That's Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies in West Frankfort. Kids Corral is a licensed child care center and preschool serving children from 6 weeks to 12 years old in West Frankfort and beyond. Owned by FCHS 1989 alumni Gina King and 1992 alumni Kristen Cass, Kids Corral is located at 218 South Horn Street in West Frankfort. Call them today at 618-937-4700 for more information. Kids Corral, proudly taking care of the next generation of Redbirds since 1998. Looking for a place to come out and enjoy one of the hidden treasures of Southern Illinois? The Frankfort Community Park is a 64-acre gym located in West Frankfort with 10 softball and baseball fields, 12 outdoor shelters, tennis courts, basketball courts, and a pond, as well as beautiful playground equipment for children of all ages. The park has plenty of open spaces to explore, and its serenity and beauty is second to none. The Aquatic Center has an indoor pool, weight room, basketball courts, and an event center. The Frankfort Community Park has something for everyone to enjoy. Come visit the park, and we promise you won't be disappointed.
Parker Allen leads things off in the bottom of the fifth. Harrisburg with a 3-0 lead. I will say you've not done anything offensively, but looking at the flip side of things, plenty of opportunities where Harrisburg could have knocked this one out of reach. So credit to your pitching and your defense keeping this one at bay. It's still just a 3-0 game.
Harrisburg's had a lot of base runners out there, and you still find yourself in a situation where you can come back in this game, but obviously you're going to need to find something in the batter's box if you're going to do that. I'd like to see some better approaches at the plate.
Looks like Jace Bennett is getting loose down in the Frankfort bullpen.
Pitch there. So ball you want to keep your front shoulder in on, and when you see that pitch breaking, you throw your hands at it, and you could have done some damage with it. Can't give up on pitches.
Oh, 0-2, and Allen goes down swinging. Now it's the third baseman, Gaither.
So he went on the swing. Surprised there's not even an appeal.
That's like the third time it's happened in this game, and it doesn't appear that Frankfort's even went.
And it doesn't appear like Frankfort is caring too much, so you're not hearing much argument from anybody on them either, which just kind of had me confused.
The Conaway one was...
No, it was bad. That was really bad.
0-2 on Gaither, and he swings at a ball up in the eyes for strike 3.
Certainly the approaches have not changed.
So it's Conaway.
Struggling to get base runners on and some runs scored, swinging at pitches out of the zone will not help the cause.
Fouled back. Conaway trying to jump on the first pitch, 0-1.
Not a bad idea when you've seen some teammates fall behind early and go down on 3 pitches. Sometimes if you can find that first pitch strike, another wall right down the middle you need to turn on. Ribbers are not being aggressive and finding themselves in 0-2, 1-2 counts and then being over aggressive.
Yeah, I don't know if Crab's thrown a ball in the inning, and he still hasn't. Strike 3.
He's thrown balls, but we've swung at him. That's, yeah.
We head to the 6th, 3-0.
Hal Insurance is a proud sponsor of Redbird Athletics. Serving West Frankfort since 1925, we provide auto, home, business, life, and health insurance. Hal Insurance partners with Auto Owners Insurance Company to handle insurance the right way, the human way. Call Ryan, Jessica, or Susan Patton at 618-937-4000. Hal Insurance is proud to serve you.
Looking for a reason to try the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5.
So much.
That's everything you get with the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's.
So it'll be Dax Randolph leading things off here in the 6th against Jace Bennett. Comes into the game in relief. Fly ball out to right. And Patterson's there for the first out.
Nothing like a one pitch, one out. As soon as you come into the game, nothing like your defense throwing the ball around right into the outfield. Makes things nice and smooth here to start the bottom half of the inning. Just want to make sure you're working ahead, not falling behind down 3-0 here with not a whole lot of chances left to bat. So certainly don't want to give up any more runs than the 3 that are already on the board. Not going to be easy though. He's having to face the top of the order here, so I'm going to at least see 1 through 6 if he goes these 2 innings.
Counts 1-1 on Kraft.
Good spot. Want to make sure here if you're throwing your off speed, you're getting on top of them and finishing them. Sometimes struggles with that. Don't want to leave anything up. Need to finish that one a little bit more. I think he may have been able to get that into the strike zone, but important pitch here. You don't want to put on any body here. Down 3. Nice
And another fly ball out to right. Patterson underneath it for out number 2. It'll be Aiden Hankins with 2 down.
Pretty close spot there. They called a strike a few times.
Out to right. Patterson's there. Out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 6th on Redbirds Live.
WP Dumpsters is West Frankfort's premier roll-off dumpster service, offering 14 cubic yard containers that are perfect for small DIY projects all the way up to larger home remodels and everything in between. With competitive pricing and top-notch customer service, WP Dumpsters is your Southern Illinois roll-off specialist. Book your bin online today at WPDumpsters.com or call 618-218-0623. Owned and operated by former Redbird Dalton Woolard. You don't have to choose between comfort and capability when you're behind the wheel of the 2025 Honda Pioneer 704. Rugged and reliable, it delivers the power you need on the job, the smooth shifting you want on the trail. And with Honda's exclusive quick flip seating, you get the versatility of seating 4 passengers and stowing the back seats for a full cargo bed. See the latest Honda Pioneer 704 today at Galatich Honda in West Frankfort. Ask Melissa Walden about Shelter's auto, home, and life options. Call or text at 618-937-2092. Plus, use the My Shelter app to pay your bill, file a claim, proof of insurance, policy documents, go paperless, and more. Melissa Walden, Shelter Insurance in West Frankfort.
Redbirds bat in the bottom of the 6th, and it's Woods leading things off. He'll foul the first pitch back. Still out there is Ian Crabb. Woods down the first base line. It'll be knocked down, and the play made.
Good job there of staying with it, not rushing himself. Had plenty of time.
So Wilson puts it away.
The reason why he's still out there, he hasn't had a whole long at bats. Redbirds have either been getting to 2 strike counts quickly and then being over aggressive or making contact on one of the first few pitches.
Bennett pops it up, out of play. Down the left field line. Back on it, and it's down. Extra bases for Bennett. Go into the books as a double for Bennett.
Yep. You can kind of tell there they're shaded in a little bit, shaded to the right side there, and just gliding a little bit there, and we'll take that double here. When you score 3, you got to score 1 and 2 before that, so keep the line moving.
Shoop swings through the off speed for strike 1.
They threw a lot of doses of curveballs against Shoop in that last at bat. They come with the first pitch curveball again, so we'll see if they want to stick with that or try to maybe speed them up here a little bit. Fastball in there.
0-2.
Got him swinging at a pitch high last time to strike him out, so we'll see if that happens again here. Wouldn't be shocked if they try to go high fastball here or someone breaking off the table away. Plenty of pitches to waste here.
Shoop offers, he strikes out. Play is at first, and he's out.
Another type of at-bat we've seen from a lot of Redbirds today. Not making a whole lot of contact at the strikes, then swinging at the balls in the dirt or balls out of the zone.
So Chris Samples looks to put West Frankfort on the board. And looking back at that last frame, Chase Patterson tied a baseball record.
What's that?
3 putouts in an inning.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Joins a long list.
I was saying it is a long list. Doesn't happen often, but when it does happen, you know, it's something you don't see every day at least. So.
Definitely the first time I've seen it this year.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of them, I mean, kind of like a Bermuda Triangle there with all 3 of them in the same area.
Close misses for Crab. It's 2-0. The Samples at the plate. Frankfort looking to get on the board. Bennett over at third base. And this one's strike 1.
It's a good 2-0 take there.
You're not going to do much with that.
Nope, unless you're looking for it, but still then it's not the easiest pitch to do something unless you're looking away.
Grounded foul, and now it's 2-2.
Staying in on his off-speed pitches. I think fastball react off speed, but you don't want to give up on his curveball either. Curveball / his slider, because both of them have some nice late break to where you might be able to steal a strike.
Foul out of play. You stranded Bennett at first, or at third, back in the first, and now he's in danger of being left over there again. You need to get him across.
Yes, you do.
A 2-2 count, 2 away. The next to Samples. Ball 3 low.
Tying a run on deck. 3-2, 2 outs. What you gonna do? Got to battle anything close. Base hit will score the run.
Ball 4.
It's a solid 3-2 pitch there. Good job of taking it, not going for it.
And if you're going to have a guy up there and needing some pop, this seems like the guy you want up there this season. Patterson's certainly had the most true power out of any Redbird.
It's everything you can ask for if you're asking for a situation to get back in this ball game here with one swing. Oh, mercy. No need to
Well,
throw
Frankfurt's going to get a run.
Oh, man.
They call Samples. They call Samples out at first.
Yeah.
Bennett does cross the plate. The run will score. So Harrisburg, a little too long trying to get that out over at first. But you get one there. You had to get that one in. So you do cut it to 2. We head to the 7th. It's 3-1 Harrisburg. Can't
The everyday people who make Southern Illinois so special. The ones who make sacrifices every day for their families and their community. These are the people who make us proud of what we do. You see, when a person from our community gets injured in an accident, there is someone at an insurance company far away from here whose job it is to minimize your injury, to make their corporation money. For them, you're just a claim number. For us, well, I guess you could say it's personal. We are fighting for the people of Southern Illinois each and every day to restore what was lost. We are Sam C. Mitchell and Associates, and for us, it's personal.
IBI Management manages over 2.5 million square feet of industrial storage warehousing and office space in Illinois, Indiana, Tennessee, Ohio, and South Carolina with 64 tenants. Feel free to contact them for any management needed for your property. Reach out with any questions to Bobby or Iris Kazadi at 618-218-5995 or 618-218-2456. For any of your commercial management, IBI Management is here for you.
Back for the 7th, the Redbirds on the board. It'll be Whitmire, Palmer, and Wilson. And Bennett back out there for his second inning of work. Induced 3 flyouts to right field back in the top of the 6th. Take that again here and let the Redbirds come up to bat and see if they got a final push in this one. Whitmire fouls it back to the screen. And 0-2. Another one fouled out of play. No nonsense for Bennett right now. He's getting up there and firing it.
This is exactly what you want from a guy coming in relief. You don't want to fall behind. You don't want to make any inning last longer than it needs to. Just go right at him and try to keep the score where it is. You come in down in a game, well, best case scenario, you get a win out of it. So keep the run where it is. Keep it at 3 here and see if your team can at least tie this game in the bottom half.
This one smacked out to left. Drifting back is Allen. And he's able to make the play. Waist high for out number 1.
Good rip, a good play out there. Got away with a little bit of a hanger there, but that's why it's important as a pitcher too, especially in high school baseball, to get ahead in the count 1-2, you know. You end up leaving a pitch hanging like that, you can somewhat get away with that sometimes because guys are thinking fastball or something else. Professionally you can, but gotta keep it here. 3-1, work ahead. Same rinse and repeat. You'd certainly like to get through this inning without having to get back to that top of the order.
Grounded right side. And play's not going to be made by Samples.
Play that has to be made too. Should be a routine out.
Now to bring in Wilson.
Quite a bit of plays like that this season that should be routine plays, just not able to get there in time, and whether it's bad reaction or thinking you have to slide towards every ball.
So Wilson ahead 1-0. I think Bennett's too focused on the runner at first base right now.
No reason to
And
be.
something else has to happen for him to score. I don't think he's going to steal home in this inning.
No.
You need to get the guy at the plate. You've done your job.
You're only going
You've
to make
faced
things
5
worse.
guys, and you've induced 5 plays that should be outs. You've got 4 of them. You need to try to go after the guy at the plate. 3-1.
You know, it's unfortunate, though, too, because, you know, you are down 3-1, and now you feel like you almost have to throw another pitch, just like we saw there. And this is a guy who, in this game, has shown the ability to take you deep. So, you know, you want to go right at him, but you also, you know, got to be leery, too. So,
All 4 outside.
none of those pitches close besides the one right down the pipe. Again, you should have 2 outs here in this inning, but you can't dwell on that. It's only going to make things worse if you're thinking about that or thinking you're not going to get a play behind you. All you can do is throw strikes and hope and pray. You got 8 guys, or technically 7 guys behind you that are going to be there to make the plays, the routine plays.
So Laban Phelps will bat with 2 on and 1 away. Harrisburg trying to put it out of reach. Played a couple here. It'd go a long way for them. Just missed outside, a ball and a strike.
Corners are in here, but they must not remember the bunt attempt we saw.
Fouled back. 1-2.
Force at any base here, so got to make sure you're talking and communicating. This team has struggled at doing that this year, so got to know where you're going here. Crucial spot in the game where you find yourself still in this game very much so, but a base hit will certainly not help that feeling.
And he hit him. Square in the back, bases loaded.
In some trouble now, my friend. In some trouble, and now the main goal is you want to get through this before you get to the top.
So it's Maddox Smothers who bats with the bases loaded and 1 down. First pitch popped up out of play. It's been all your own doing. An error, a walk, and a hit by pitch.
Yep. When it rains, it pours, and usually the domino effect is a real thing in baseball. And if you don't make plays behind your pitcher, sometimes that can get into their head, and I think we're seeing that here now. As, yep, we're going to get a balk all day and twice on Sunday. That's exactly what Harrisburg will do in this situation. Oldest trick in their book. Talk about stealing a run. Harrisburg does best. Almost, you know, sometimes a pitcher wants to go through the windup there, and not the stretch in that situation, but I almost said something about that because, unfortunately, when you're in the windup like that, one little thing like that, and you react can cause what we just saw, so.
There's a lot less of a margin for error, as opposed to if you're not set out of the stretch, you can make a lot more movement and motion.
Yep. And can get away with some things sometimes, but little things in baseball can go a long way, especially in a game where, especially for a team who lineup wise struggles. We score a lot of runs, so we can't be making mistakes that via in the field or mental mistakes that will come back to haunt you, especially when you just got one run on this game.
So it still Smothers at the dish. Runners at second and third in a 4-1 game.
And after all that, you almost forgot the count had already started for this batter, so it is 0-2. You don't usually see a mound visit mid at bat like that unless it's a little bit later, as we're not even close there. That's not even a good waste pitch there. A fastball way in, almost takes the shins out. Got to make sure you have competitive pitches. Fastball hasn't been all that close here recently, so you can almost eliminate that. Look for fastball, but if it's not anywhere in the zone, let it go. Uh-oh.
Down the right field line, that's going to hook foul.
This is really important out here to get. The leadoff man is looming in the hole here.
And the 1-2. Popped up, Conaway over by the base at first, puts it away for out number 2. That's about as ideal as it gets if you're Frankfurt.
Yes, it is. Well, you got to make sure you get this batter here. Don't even want to walk and bring up the leadoff hitter. We scored 1 in the bottom of the 6th, but you gave that run right back, so it's important here to limit it to 1.
Fly ball out to left.
Should be playable.
Allen in, and he'll put it away. Harrisburg gets one back. 4-1, they lead. We're heading to the bottom of the 7th on Redbirds Live.
Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies knows Southern Illinois. Located in West Frankfort, they're your Milwaukee superstore with over 8,000 square feet. Wallace Industrial Tools has the largest selection of Milwaukee within a 2-hour radius. Find power tools such as drills, saws, lights, shop vacs, and more with pricing lower than you'll find anywhere else. That's Wallace Industrial Tools and Supplies in West Frankfort. Kids Corral is a licensed child care center and preschool serving children from 6 weeks to 12 years old in West Frankfort and beyond. Owned by FCHS 1989 alumni Gina King and 1992 alumni Kristen Cass, Kids Corral is located at 218 South Horn Street in West Frankfort. Call them today at 618-937-4700 for more information. Kids Corral, proudly taking care of the next generation of Redbirds since 1998.
Looking for a dealership where you're treated like family? Come to Week Chevrolet GMC, where from sales to service, they put you first. Their friendly staff will help you find the perfect vehicle that fits your needs and your budget. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, they've got it all. Visit them online at gregweeks.com or call 618-937-2000. Week Chevrolet GMC, right on the price, right off I-57.
Four, 5, and 6 for Frankfurt. Patterson leads things off. Then it'll be Scales and Allen. Redbirds down 4-1. Last chance for West Frankfort. And Patterson smacks one out to right field and put away for out number 1.
Had quite a bit of those in this game on both sides. Line drives or fly balls, legitimately like right at each player. And those can look easy, but sometimes those are hard to read. The ones right at you, you almost feel like you're reading it wrong, or you think it's going to be shorter than what it is. So 1 pitch, 1 out though.
So now the Redbird catcher, Will Scales.
Can't give up on that though. Almost got it to break into the zone there. Doing that, a pitcher will rinse and repeat that pitch.
Called strike 1.
As a hitter here, you know, you got a guy who's been on the mound this whole game, so he's really certainly going to want to finish what he started. So just missed there on the 1-1 pitch, but a guy who, you know, certainly wants to finish what he started, so he's probably going to be a little more aggressive than what we've seen so far when it comes to being in the strike zone. So look for a good pitch to turn on. You know, his leash is going to get shorter as the pitches keep coming in, so, you know, he's going to want to try to get this game over with. So see fastball, hit fastball. Even his off-speed pitches, he's been hanging, so.
Strike 2, full count to Scales.
3-1, you want to be swinging there. You don't want a 3-1 count when you need somebody on base is a lot easier than a 3-2 count.
Swing and a miss. 2 away.
It's frustrating in a situation like that because you go from, you know, you had a pitch to hit there to now you feel like you have to swing at anything close, and then you end up going out of the strike zone. Something we've seen from a lot of Redbird batters today.
Parker Allen looks to extend the ball game.
Good pitch. And their knee buckler. And he'll be rinsing and repeating.
Misses inside. 2 balls and a strike.
One, he's probably going to want to come fast before he goes slow again. And it's going to set up him to be able to go fast or off speed again here. Wouldn't be shocked if he tries to throw the best Uncle Charlie we've seen of the night here. Ooh.
And it'll go full again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled off by Allen.
Good job to just stay in on that one and foul it off. That's all you can do in a situation like that.
Allen smacks one to center, and it's misplayed by the center fielder. Allen's going to have extra bases.
Ooh.
Allen into second.
Another one of those right at you.
They got under the glove.
I don't know if he would have been able to make a play on it without diving, but certainly a spot with your center fielder, you know, stereotypes of baseball. Your center fielder is, you know, the guy you want to be your leader out there. You'd like him to make that play.
Now it's Hunter Gaither. I guess if there's a scenario where you can definitely go all out trying to make a play, it's up 3 with only 1 out left in the game.
Yeah,
It's not going to
absolutely.
hurt much
Nobody
there.
on base, yeah. You know, you're not going to have to worry about getting it in quickly to prevent runs from scoring. Because going at a pitch not even close, you know, it's one of those things where if you're Harrisburg, especially their coach, you're saying, hey, that guy at second base, let him score. We don't care. You know, they need 3 runs, not
Still
just
got to
one.
get 2 more in addition to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Down in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Gaither trying to extend it. It would be Conaway next. And that hit him.
Got him right there on the elbow guard, I think.
No matter how we've gotten here,
Tying run, he's at the plate.
you do find yourself with a time run at the plate in the bottom of the 7th.
And boy, oh boy, does that one extra run you give up in that top of the 7th inning loom a little extra large right now, my friend. Little things in baseball that may not feel like they haunt you at the time, but you look down the line and those things will certainly come back to haunt you.
Ball that misses upstairs, 1-0 to Conaway.
Conaway here, you're a young player. You don't want to be over aggressive, but you want to be aggressive. This is a big spot for a young guy. Don't try to do too much. Just see ball, hit ball. Nobody even at first there. Again, if you're pitching here, you just want to go to the batter here. Those 2 runs score, you're still up 1. If you're the Redbirds, you want to be aggressive, but not over aggressive on the base path.
There's a called strike 1 to Conaway.
It's kind of way it may have been taken until he got a strike there. Now it's important not to go out of the zone fishing.
Two balls and a strike. Krabs missed in that spot a couple of times here lately. Big pitch here.
Wouldn't be shocked if it's anything but a fastball, so be looking for it.
Grounded up the middle. That's a base hit. They're going to send Allen. He'll come around to score. It's a 4-2 game. RBI single for Andrew Conaway.
Could easily be in a situation where you have a runner at second and that's your tying run, but now, you got to try to manufacture something here. I wouldn't be shocked if you get a pinch runner here for Gaither.
Well, I think you're going to get one for the trail guy, Conaway. He's got to score.
Base hit, though, from, and this is no hate on Gaither, it's just speed-wise, a base hit, you're not guaranteed Gaither scoring.
I mean, he's first base guy at first still has to score.
Exactly, but, a situation where I'm thinking of, you gave up 1 run to where, it's frustrating, but, you got to make sure, though, you're not running into outs here with a pinch runner. Because
they might run for both guys, but they're definitely running for Conaway. I'll tell you right now, and that's who's coming off the field. And it will be Kazadi.
Because he is the DH, too. No, he's not the DH.
He was in the field. The DH was
Woods.
Was killed.
Yeah.
Because Conaway was the DH. He went into
That's
the
what
field.
I thought, yeah, okay. Because I was going to say, so he may not be able to come back in now, right?
I think Conaway would be out.
That's what I would assume as well. Sometimes that rule gets a little tricky.
Woods takes downstairs ball 1. And man, wouldn't you love to be able to have Jace Bennett come up with the bases loaded, potentially.
I'd really love it to be 3-2 right now, but can't do anything about it now.
Upstairs.
Good job here. Woods was over-aggressive his last at-bat. He's done a good job of not going out of the zone, and we're going to get time here.
But you have to look at it both ways, Paxton. I mean, you gave up the run you feel like you shouldn't have, but you honestly stole a run right before that.
Yeah, that's very true.
And so it is what it is, but you do have 2 guys on, and you got to love the fight that you're seeing here because it was 2 outs, nobody on base, 4-1, and Parker Allen gave him a good at-bat to get this thing going.
Yeah, and you love the fight. You love not rolling over. You'd love to win a game like this, especially against a really good baseball program. But, that's what, makes the steps between, a really good program and, a young program. Like you said, they were able to still, we stole one in that bottom of the 6th, but a program like this was able to steal it right back from you. And now, that 1 run could come back to haunt you, to where when you're playing good teams, little things will certainly haunt and come back to get you. But a chance here to tie it up or make something happen.
Strike 1 to Woods.
The most important thing here is, too, for any batter, you want to be that guy to, walk it off, but just keep the line moving. You don't have to be that guy. Let the next guy be the guy.
Swing and a miss.
Pulling his head out there. Try to keep your head on it here, 2-2. Pitcher certainly wants to not fall 3-2 here because the runners will be off, and ball in the gap or a ball to the left or right of an outfielder could possibly bring in the tying run.
Swing and a miss. Woods goes down swinging, and that'll do it. 4-2 the final. Harrisburg gets it done. Frankfurt will be back tomorrow against Pinckneyville for a conference matchup. It's going to be tough to beat a good team when you wait till the 7th to try to get your offense going.
Yeah, you're putting yourself behind the 8 ball there, you almost have to play perfect to be able to come back in a game like that. But you love the fight, but still a lot of things that I think small things that could easily be fixed and cleaned up. That's just communicating and situational stuff. Some IQ for the game's not there. Approaches at the plate could be 10 times better. But you do feel good. You only lost a game by 2 to a really good program, and
you had the
3-2 game
potential winning run represented at the plate.
Yeah, and if you don't give up that, if you don't have that balk situation in the top half, you could be a little more interesting there. But these are types of games that you don't want to lose, but you are okay with losing as a coach because it helps build a program, it helps build character for your team. But you got to make sure you learn from your mistakes and grow from them. That's the key, is learning and growing.
All right, that's going to do it. We'll see you tomorrow. Redbirds take on Pinckneyville, the conference matchup. Redbirds trying to complete the season sweep over the Panthers. They had that 7-5 victory at Pinckneyville. A nice, what was it? I think they scored 6 runs in the top of the 7th to win that game. I think they were trailing going into the final frame, and they had a good showing there in the 7th to come back and win it. So they look to complete the sweep over Pinckneyville tomorrow. That's going to do it for tonight. Final score, Harrisburg 4, West Frankfort 2. We'll see you tomorrow on Redbirds Live.